और भाई क्या हाल है? तो आज हमारे साथ आया है मनोज एंड दिस वीडियो इज गोइंग टू बी इन इंग्लिश जस्ट FYI and he will be talking about his experience how he got his work permit in like literally 2 to 3 hours. So let's see how he did that. Hi Manoj, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. So you studied at Brock, right? You did an MBA, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
And that was like a 1.5 year or 2 years program?
Yeah, it was a 2 years program.
Right.
That's right.
And post which you wanted to apply for the postgraduate work permit, right? So how did you actually manage to get work permit in like literally 2 to 3 hours?
Oh, there's a procedure called as flagpoling. So flagpoling is that you leave out the Canada and then you have to re-enter Canada. So for us, it's US border is the easiest way to go and come back. So yeah, like I did flagpoling and then I got my work visa in 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, 3 hours max. Yeah.
So did you go to the Windsor or the Niagara one?
So I'm staying a little bit closer to the Niagara. So I had to try with Rainbow Bridge as well as even I tried with I tried that we have three options if you are in Niagara, near Niagara, which is the Queenston Livingston, and then Peace Bridge, and then finally we have the Rainbow Bridge.
Okay.
So I got mine in Peace Bridge.
Okay. So like if I am applying for this work permit, I did it online. Okay, and it took me almost a month.
Okay.
And why did you go for the flag pulling system?
Okay. So right now the time for you to apply online and to get it physically in your hand, it's almost like 6 months or so. And I had to leave Canada faster. Like I'm leaving Canada in the next 3 months.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a necessity for me to have my work permit ready so I can apply for my TRP.
Right.
So that's why I had to do flag pulling.
Okay. That's interesting. So tell me, like, what kind of difficulties or what kind of pros and cons do they have, like, with these flag pulling?
Yeah, I'll start with the pros. So the first important thing is that you get your work permit in 3 years rather than, let's say, wait for 6 months.
Right.
And that's very important. If you are done with your work visa or study visa or work visa is going to get expired and you want to leave Canada, let's say like on the month end my work permit gets expired, but I'm leaving the Canada in the next month's first week. So I will definitely not get it processed by then.
Exactly. Yeah.
So in those kind of cases, like it's definitely advisable to do flag polling and get your.
So it's a very efficient way to get your work permit, basically.
Yes, it streamlines the process. Like you don't have to wait. The wait time is being cut down.
Right.
So that's the major pro which I can say. And and also the next pro is that you don't have that anxiety. Like you have applied it online, but you don't know what happened to the thing. If you just go there, you get that decision within like 10-15 minutes.
Okay, that's great. Wow.
Yeah, that is the thing. And the cons of doing flag polling is that, let's say, like you're only supposed to work for 20 years, but you have worked for like 40 years or 30 years.
Which technically is not legal, right?
Yeah, which is technically not legal, but sometimes you're not aware and then you just do it.
Okay.
And if they find out that at that moment, they'll just directly ask you to deport you.
Okay, so they'll directly deport you there itself.
Yes.
So
they give you like 15 days of time
to
get your things sorted in Canada, and then you will be asked to leave the country.
Okay, so in case of online application, you get a chance to give an explanation why your work, whatever work period was exceeded by X number of hours from 20 hours, right? So that's one of the disadvantages, I believe, with the flag pooling.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, like online, like you get a chance to like get back to them and then you can explain yourself like what happened. But over there, like you just have 15 minutes time to explain, and it may make sense to them, it may not make sense to them. You don't have time to get a lawyer within that 15 minutes.
Absolutely not.
So yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the disadvantages of flag polling.
Okay.
And coming to the biggest disadvantage of flag polling, at least right now, is that it's pretty crowded. So there's been a lot of backlog for IRCC, and right now many people are doing flag polling in order to get their work permit faster. So in my case, I had to do flag polling like 7 times in order to finally get it in hand.
Okay.
So it's not it's a straightforward process if you go in the right time at the right opportunity, like at the right there's a time period. If you go within that, then yeah, you can. It's very easy process. If you don't, yeah.
Right. So there were odd. I remember you were going for the flag pooling at very odd hours in the day. So I was wondering, what is your what are the difficulties apart from having, going there repeatedly? Were out of those, which were other difficulties that you had to face? I mean,
Yeah, be ready to be prepared, treated quite badly in the US side.
okay.
I mean, in Canadian side, people are like pretty sweet. They just they are good. Like even though they're crowded, they will give you an explanation like what happened,
Right.
and at least give you some help. They provide some kind of help. But when you go to your side, they take it as like an hassle. You'll be treated like a pest because you are just because you don't have any, I mean, you're just overloading their system.
Right.
So
right.
because a lot of people who comes for flagpoling, they have to look into the people who are coming for flagpoling, also for people who are actually migrating into USA.
Right.
And also people flagpole towards USA. So those are they have to take care of all of them at the same time, and then it's easy for them to it's easy for them to kind of crab the flagpolers by behaving a little bit rudely.
Right.
So it discourages them to come back again and again. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. So given a chance in future, let's say if you didn't have a situation where you were going out of Canada, less than 6 months of period of time, would you have applied online or and still would have preferred to go for the flagpoling thing?
If I don't have any reason to leave Canada for the next 1 year, I would just apply it online.
Right. Okay.
The reason for that being a follow-up answer is that it doesn't take that much of effort to apply online, and also it doesn't cost that much.
Okay. So how much did it cost you for the flagpoling thing?
So for the flagpoling process by itself, just to go inside the Canadian thing and then get the work done, it cost me around $250 or $225. I don't remember it properly.
Okay.
But it's similar to the amount which we apply online as well.
So how's this price difference that you were mentioning about?
Exactly. So I'm a student and I don't have to have a car. So I had to take a cab in order to go there, and I had to do that 7 times. And the cab guy has to he came with me in the US border, so he had to wait for the US border for around an hour. So all that thing, which it just adds up on one after another once you do it for 7 times.
Wow.
So that's the thing.
So would you mind telling me how much was your cost in total?
Let's say it was almost around $400.
Wow.
Without the fee which I paid in the Canadian
okay.
office.
So around 650 if I take it into account.
Yes, it was around 650.
Okay. So when they give you the work permit, do they print it there and they give you in hand whole paper, the actual hard copy of that, or is it some sort of a receipt or something that they give you and then eventually you'll get your work permit delivered to your place?
No, they give you the entire work permit in hand, physical copy. That's it. That's the end of the process.
Okay. So, by the way, if you apply for work permit online, after applying for the work permit, you are eligible to work full time. So, based on the application number that you get while making that application, based on that, you can work full time, and companies will not reject you unless and until your work permit has been rejected. Okay, so you mentioned that you had to go 7 times. So I'm sure that you had a fairly good experience of which are the best timings to be there and not to be there. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, the best time to be there is around for Peace Bridge is to be at around 6 p.m.
Okay.
Try to go out of exit Canada by around 6 p.m. and they will you have higher chances of getting your work permit.
Okay.
The worst time to do flagpoling in Peace Bridge is something around in the early morning.
Okay.
Or 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Yeah,
okay.
Those are not a good times.
So at the Peace Bridge, that's where you got your work permit, right? So it's better to go in the evening, late evenings. Not even late evenings, just beginning of the evenings, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock around.
6 o'clock would be a pretty good time.
Okay.
But in case of Rainbow Bridge, you never know.
Okay.
If you need a short way of getting your work permit in Rainbow Bridge, I would say go there and wait from 2 a.m.
Okay.
So
wow. So Rainbow Bridge, you have to wait from 2 a.m.
Wow. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. you'll have to go there and wait. And they open up the Canada to USA thing at around 6 a.m. so that you are the first in the line.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So
Okay.
when I went to Rainbow Bridge, I went there at around 4 a.m. And there were almost like 17 people before, not 17, like 12 people before us.
Wow.
Yes, and the next time when I went like around 5:30, there were like 17 people before us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like it's pretty competitive, and so if you wanna get it done, at least like right now, it's quite competitive. It's a seasonal thing. So
Right. So I think it's purely at the point it is based on because of all the backlogs they're having at the IRCC, right? So because I remember there was a case where one of my seniors had his visa being expired on 31st of December,
okay.
and the course was supposed to finish on 20th of December. So that poor fellow had to actually that was the only option he had to Flagpoling. And apparently he went there somewhere in the day, and then itself he had the work permit available in his hand. So that was obviously before COVID-19 crisis. So I'm sure like things have changed a lot, and a lot of cases have piled up. So I completely understand the situation IRCC is in, but I think there should be some sort of efficient way they should probably try to work out these cases.
Yeah, like no, unfortunately it's not. So right now the only way is that it's based upon your luck. So people who have come quite long, like I went there to Rainbow Bridge at around 5:30 in the morning. A guy came at around 7.
Okay.
So he got rejected. So he was just waiting there for some time, just like me. Like only the first 4 people were processed.
I see.
And the first guy came and waited there from 1 a.m.
So how many cases? Like I don't know whether you know this answer or not, but how many cases do they actually take into consideration every day?
So based on my experience, the average they take is like around 4 to 5 people.
Every day?
Not every day. It's like a time slot kind of thing. So they start doing it at 8 a.m. and then they do it till midnight.
Okay.
They're open till midnight.
Okay.
Like technically they're open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. But they do not process it throughout the day.
Okay.
So let's say like they take like 4 or 5 people, the first 4 or 5 people who come at 8 a.m. Who comes to the Canada border, and then they process them. So until they process them, they will be closed. So once all of those 4 or 5 people have been processed, they open it back again.
I see. Okay.
So and the time which takes for each person to be processed, it depends. But on average, we can say it takes around half an hour to 45 minutes for each person.
Okay, so they review each and every document and your history and everything like that.
So like let's say like they have taken 4 people, and then for each of them, let's say the average it takes half an hour. They'll be open back again at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And again after 12, like that it goes. Like, periodically.
I see. Okay.
So that's the reason why I had to go for like 7 times, because whenever I was going, they were closed.
Right. Okay.
But evening time is definitely preferred.
Okay.
6.
6 is the preferred time. For the Peace Bridge, right?
Yeah, that's for the Peace Bridge. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Rainbow Bridge it's random. It can be anytime.
So, are there any important things that you would like to mention to our viewers, like anything that they should keep in mind, or something they should definitely make sure that they have these documents, or I don't know, XYZ?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do flagpoling on only 3 days a week.
Okay.
Which is on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
I see. Okay.
So other days they do not allow flagpoling whatsoever. And the documents which you need for flagpoling are your transcripts, and then you need a letter from your university or college saying that you have completed all the course requirements.
Letter of completion. Basically.
Yes, letter of completion. It goes by different names from different universities. Yeah. In my university, it was named as Pgwp letter.
Okay.
Whereas some other university, it is called as intent to graduate.
Right.
Like etc. etc. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the 2 things which you need, and also you need your study permit or your co-op work permit. In my case, I was a student, so I just needed either one of these, both of them actually, and then then you also need your passport. That's it.
Okay.
So these are the 5 documents which you might be requiring.
Okay. So yeah, thank you so much, Manoj, on speaking about this, and I really thank you for dropping by.
Oh.
And so everyone who would like to apply for a work permit after their graduation, after they completed their studies from universities or colleges, flagpoling is definitely one of the best ways if you want to get it in a short period of time. based on whatever circumstances you are into. But you have to keep these certain things in mind before taking that action, because you don't want to sit there for the whole day and night or whatever period it is and then be disappointed on how it turns out. So I'm sure that this video was helpful to a great extent. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, please mention them in the comments below. Just keep in mind that this whole video is Manoj's personal experience. He's not a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, and this is not a legal advice that we are giving. It's just we are sharing sharing our experience, some sort of information that we feel relevant to apply for the work permit. I hope this video was useful, and once again, thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. And those who haven't, don't worry, you can do it whenever you feel like. Until then, see you then, bye.